Hello, here I am back for another energy check-in. I feel like it's been a minute since I posted a video, so welcome, hey, hello. I'm going to pull an oracle card, see where our current energy is at, and then we're going to get into the tarot. But I wanted to bring up that I was called to have my little obsidian crystal join us today. So maybe there are some negative influences around us that has really helped, that has consumed us. Maybe there is a throat chakra blockage that we're experiencing right now, so that can deal with not authentically expressing our truth. Okay, definitely some sort of communication blockage. Are there things that we're not being honest with to other people? Are we not being honest with ourselves? Are we scared to stand up for ourselves? What is it that's blocking our ability to be able to stand up for ourselves or to even be able to express our honest truth? So if you do have obsidian, do work with that. That helps absorb any negative energy so that way it does not enter our light body. And it kind of dispels all of that negative energy. So, oh wow. All right, first card that came out, Mintaken, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Wow. Okay, so this card already tells me that you have experienced many past lives, or you have reincarnated, and not necessarily on Earth. This is the planet of Mintaken. So you might feel really out of place. Maybe people think that you're weird. Maybe you think differently than a lot of other people. You view life very differently. Your perspective on things are very abstract, and you have a lot of difficulty connecting with other people. So I'm getting this feeling of just feeling very out of place and disconnected from other, I don't know, relationships. Actually, I kind of want to read from the book a little bit, but if mermaids mean anything to you, that is definitely a sign that this resonates with you. I do feel like you're experiencing a lot of karma from past lives and playing it out in this one, and a lot of your purpose is to help heal the planet with the knowledge that you gained from your past life or previous lifetimes in Mintaken. So this energy that I'm getting from this mermaid is like this siren energy. So maybe the energy that you give off, you're very alluring, and maybe people are tempted by your beauty and they're drawn to you for some certain reasons. But this inability to connect makes you feel very confused and out of place just because they're not viewing life the same way that you do. But let me go ahead and look a little bit about what this is. The original light worker. Oh, so light workers are just someone, you are someone, if this resonates with you, you are someone that is here, that incarnated on earth to lift the consciousness of humanity. So this definitely goes back to that throat chakra blockage of you not being able to show up authentically because you just feel so out of place. Like you don't feel like you really belong anywhere or fit in anywhere because you're just so different than everyone else. But what I'm feeling is that you really need to let that uniqueness of yours shine. Let people know who you really are, so that way the right people that are going to help you on your journey are attracted to you and attracted to that light that you so effortlessly shine. So, let's see. Perhaps you feel this longing to find home without knowing where that is. Perhaps you've been moving around a lot and yearn for a place on Earth to call your own. If so, you're being called to connect with Mother Earth to create it for yourself now, to choose where you feel most at home and create it rather than waiting for the feeling of belonging to come. Wow. So this also has to deal with your root chakra. So I'm getting this feeling that you're not really grounded because you feel so out of place, because you're searching for your community, because you're searching for those people to connect with. You're feeling disconnected because you're not connected to yourself. So go ahead and I feel like water is a healing agent for you, but definitely you can connect with yourself and connect with your root chakra by going out in nature and putting your hands, your feet in some dirt, just letting Mother Earth just kind of soak up into your human vessel. And I feel like you're going to feel more at home within yourself. And then when you feel more at home within yourself, your confidence kind of raises, and therefore your light can exude. And when your light exudes, you're able to then attract people that are meant for you and supposed to be in your life. So right now it does feel very lonely to you, and you're just looking for that sense of community, looking for that sense of belonging, just because like your soul like doesn't remember being here. Like Mintaken is a planet that or a place that no longer exists, and you're searching for that place that feels comfortable, that feels secure to you, and I feel like you haven't found that yet. So it's really important for you to get in touch with yourself, so that way you can attract your soul family that can make you feel alive and at home here while you're incarnated on Earth. Yeah, you definitely have lived many past lives, and maybe you have a lot of hidden knowledge and wisdom, and that is why people don't seem to connect with you. Like, you're not a kind of person that's going to connect with people on surface level kind of relations. You're looking for soul connections, you're looking for depth. So, you're looking to connect with people who are here with the same purpose as you, to help heal themselves so that way they can then heal others. And this isn't necessarily like it doesn't have to be an intentional thing. This is just something that exists within you because you radiate that kind of light, that kind of energy, and you're here to help wake people up. But first, before waking people up, you kind of need to come into your own, if that makes sense. So let's kind of get into the tarot. Let's see what's happening in your current energy. This is actually a great start to the reading. Oh my gosh, my nose is itchy, and my nose always itches when I'm like channeling messages. But let's see what is currently happening in the energy. How is this manifesting in the physical realm? Okay, back to, I'm really drawn to this mermaid still. So sirens. Sirens are typically, okay, so they have this like story or origin behind it, saying that like they lure men to their death with their songs, right? So I'm feeling that like, well, one, you're super misunderstood. I mean, that's a given with the way that you perceive life and you not feeling like at home or being able to make connections. But there is an energy around you that the people that are around you aren't your people. And I feel like you're trying to fit into places that you just don't fit into. These just like aren't your people. Maybe there's lots of arguing around you, or just like competition. Maybe there's like jealous energy around you that like people want to be you, or people want. And that might be really hard to believe, considering you feel so out of place and disconnected. But I do feel like there are a lot of jealous eyes on you that like see what you're made out of, and this is why you have a hard time connecting, because people feel and they can sense that kind of energy that you give off, and they don't have that for themselves. So the people around you might actually use you for your light. Energy vampires is what they call it, where people will use you, damaged people will use you so that way you can lift them up, because you are a healer. You have this energy, and like you have this wisdom and advice that you give that helps raise vibrations. And a lot of people will come into your life and take advantage of that and leave you feeling drained. And this is something that you need to use discernment with, because these are people that won't reciprocate your efforts, and these aren't people that you necessarily want in your life. And I feel that you're coming to this understanding that like, hey, like I'm putting in way too much energy into these people aren't even for me, I don't even have a connection with them, they just use me. And I feel like you're really looking to go in another direction. I really feel like you're trying to find your purpose, because right now it's feeling very unstable in your home life. You don't feel like a sense of security or stability. Maybe the friends that you have just you're not feeling connected to them. And I feel, again, it's just very lonely feeling, and it feels very emotional. Maybe even thinking about moving, just like headed in another direction, and like focusing on your passions, or just like listening to your soul's calling. But I feel that you don't necessarily trust that, because it's kind of abstract and it's just this idea that you have, but do you have the financial means to do so? Like financial security and just like security within yourself seems to be so rocky right now. But I do sense that you are thinking this, maybe trying to plan for the future, trying to see how you can get out of this energy. Yeah, the King of Cups. Okay, in reverse. The King of Cups does not reveal his emotions, and the King of Cups in reverse actually symbolizes not knowing how to express his emotions efficiently or in an effective way. So you might be actually projecting your anger or your like sense of confusion onto other people, or maybe you are withdrawing, like giving the silent treatment, but not, it doesn't really feel intentional. It just feels like you don't know what to do with these emotions, and like you just feel really withdrawn. You don't know how to fill up your own cup. And I feel like just the weight of all of other people's burdens have just really tied you down, and you're trying to kind of get away from this. And you're distracting, getting in tune with your emotions by focusing on your finances, by getting involved in connections that are surface level and just like sexual. And your soul longs for depth. It longs for emotional connection, and I feel like you're unable to do that right now because you're not listening to your intuition. I feel like you're trying to, again, fit into a place that you don't fit into, and I know that you know that you know that. You know that you're not meant to be here. You know that these people aren't lifting you up. There definitely is a blockage when it comes to your heart because you aren't listening to your intuition. This is just kind of like you need to do more studying about yourself. What are your triggers, and how do you respond to these triggers? Where did you learn about these triggers, and how can you kind of shift your behaviors in order to behave more effectively? And I'm getting, again, with that throat chakra blockage, you need to be able to talk to people, or talk about your emotions and express yourself, because this is all being like really kept inside, and it's weighing you down. And again, just this avoidance of getting in touch with your emotions and just focusing on finances. But you really need to focus on healing those childhood wounds. Where did you learn these behaviors? Where did you learn to shut yourself out? In order to connect with people, you need to show up authentically, and that will definitely attract the people that are all about who you are without the mask. Yeah, so let's see what else is in store for you. The Five of Cups in reverse. Okay, so you are healing from a situation that you're grieving from. It's like you're focusing on the past. I'm getting the sense of like you having these expectations of what your life should look like. You're learning to release that. A lot of changes are occurring for you in your life right now. Maybe you just moved. Maybe you had to end a friendship. But these things that have occurred in your life are happening for you and not to you, so that way it can kind of align you with the person that you're meant to be. You're focused way too much on the things that you've lost and not the things that are still there and like available for you. Like in this Five of Cups, he's focusing on these 3 cups. So I feel like this has to do with like maybe a friendship group, like maybe your friend, like you're not getting along with your friends or something. But what he doesn't see are these 2 cups that are still standing. This represents balance. This represents union within yourself. This represents harmony. So like you aren't seeing the things that you're gaining by releasing or letting go of these things that no longer serve you. Yeah, you lost a friend. Yeah, you moved and had to be separated from whoever. But like, this is a new opportunity for you. With these birds in the background, this is an opportunity for freedom. You're given this new beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a new path for a spiritual awakening, spiritual alignment. So this was all for you. This is your time for you to do some self-reflection and what you can do to improve your life, because a new beginning is in store from you. In store for you. I'm kind of getting this imagery in my third eye of a blank canvas. Like, this is your time to restart. Like, start attracting in the people that you want to be part of your soul family, and that's going to move forward with you, because everything that's being kind of that's falling away for you right now in your current life, they were meant to fall away for a purpose, because they don't serve you. So lots of changes are occurring, lots of challenges. You're probably in conflict with yourself, because you have this expectation that your life needed to be a certain way. Well, the universe has redirected you. You might have some kind of control issues. You need to let go. Let the universe do its thing. Go with the flow. The Emperor is someone who is in charge of their own stuff, and this is also represents the card of Aries, so very strong-willed and determined. This is someone who focuses on their stability and makes things happen. Very masculine energy. They go after what they want. With this, and it was paired by this Three of Cups. So again, this is coming back to like this energy of having conflicts within your friendship groups. Maybe they are dissatisfied with how you've been acting. Maybe you are someone who is bossy or self-absorbed, and this is the way I'm channeling it, so I'm so sorry, but they're over your shit is kind of what I'm getting. Or there's this energy of maybe I was going to say cheating, like in a relationship, but I'm not really so much sensing that. I'm really sensing like control issues and power struggles within a friendship dynamic, and these friends are just not, I feel like maybe they're distancing themselves from you because of the way that you behave. Maybe you're overly critical, maybe you're over demanding, maybe you're demanding too much of their time and attention, maybe they're over your need to like take control of a situation without considering their needs or wants or anything. I'm just feeling like you're kind of feeling left out. So, and this has kind of caused you to like think about going in a new direction, think about attracting new friends, or like really reflecting on what you've done to like create this kind of dynamic within your friendship group. But again, this goes back to like childhood trauma and like in the way that you assert yourself. But you have the Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck after these cards came out, which means that this is a time for healing. This requires taking a step back. This requires taking off your armor. What mask are you wearing? You need to show up authentically. You need to express yourself in the way that isn't going to push people away, because I feel like you have this need to assert dominance, which actually like pushes away the people that you care about. And this all comes back to just like emotional maturity. You haven't gotten to that stage in your life yet where you really know how to navigate these harder kind of emotions and intertwining with different kinds of people, emotions, because everyone is unique. Everyone has their own kind of programming. Everyone was raised and brought up differently that created a different kind of conditioning than what you have. And I feel like you have this expectation that everyone is supposed to like go by what you want, and how you were raised, and and this is all conditioning, right? So this is something that you kind of need to let go of, and this is something that you need to reflect on. And this is where that like emotional immaturity comes from, an inability to express yourself and kind of just like show love unconditionally without the expectation of anything in return. Because I do get this, like with this King of Cups in reverse, it's like I'm getting this for that energy. Like, yes, you say that you give unconditionally and you love, and the King of Cups is someone that has very strong feelings and emotions for people and loves very deeply. But I feel like when people don't reciprocate that, you get upset and you get angry, and then you turn around and say, well, I did all of this for you, I don't understand, like, if I did this for you, you should love me. And that's not really how it works. And I do sense that this is partly why people are distancing themselves from you. I don't want to say you're overly emotional, because you are valid. Your feelings and your emotions are valid, but the way that you act and emotionally respond to things may not be in the most effective way. So let's do, yeah, oh my god. So you got 3 5s in this reading. Here is the 5 of Pentacles. You're feeling left out in the cold. Yeah, I do definitely feel like there is a parting of ways between, you know, people, and your finances are kind of struggling as well. So along with conflict in your interpersonal relationships, you're having issues stabilizing your finances. And I feel like in this time of healing and in this time of taking time apart from your friends or whoever it is that you're having conflict with, you really need to focus on like where you're going moving forward when it comes to your career, when it comes to your finances. Are you holding healthy boundaries? Are you budgeting well when it comes to money? How is your relationship to money affecting your current well-being and state of mind? The bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. So I definitely do feel like you're a student or you're in school or something, and so this can play a huge part in you not being able to get like a sturdy job, or you not being able to have like the proper finances to do or live the life that you want to live. But this is just, I'm getting this energy of like you need to take a time out and reflect on what it is that you really want for yourself, and how are you showing up in your connections, in your interpersonal relationships with your friends, with your families, for yourself even. Because if you're not showing up for yourself, you're gonna not be able to show up for your friends or family in a way that they need and deserve, which again is probably why they're distancing themselves from you. So it just kind of sounds like you're in for a wake-up call, and you need to change some things about your life and about yourself in order to feel better about yourself, and in order to attract healthier people for you, because the people that you've been around, you're not really there for them. And I'm getting a sense that like you just disagreed with me. You're not there for them in a way that they need. So this comes down to love languages. Maybe the way that you show love is different than the way that they need to feel loved. So definitely consider that, because just because you're showing them love in a way that you consider is your love language, that's fine. But if their love language is words of affirmation, and you keep showing up with gifts, they're not going to understand that you're showing love. And I just do feel like there needs to be space, so that way all parties involved can kind of take a break, relax, because the dynamics here with how you've been behaving and how they're showing up, how you're showing up, seems very tense. There's a lot of tension involved in your connections. So I'm going to pull one more oracle for you before I end this reading. So what is the advice? What is the advice? What is the advice, please? All right, here we go. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. Again, use your intuition to help guide you. If something does not feel good for you, do not engage. You separating from these people, them separating from you, is creating space for your soul tribe, your soul family to come in, those people that are meant to be in your life to help you ascend and evolve and just like align you with your highest path. And when you are aligned and en route on your highest path, you will always be abundant. You will feel happiness. Right now, it feels very low energy, very confusing, very out of place, very like everything that you thought you knew no longer exists, and a new path is being paved for you. Trust this. It will be scary. It will be lonely. It is scary. It is lonely. But like over these obstacles and these mountains, trusting your intuition to help guide you to the people that are like being drawn into your life. As you show up authentically for yourself, you are going to meet the people meant for you. So hopefully that helps. That's it. That's all. So I'll see you later. Bye.